What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition. No, it's not Evening Alpha. It is not Lore Games. This is the Peep Show. This is our quarterly town hall where we give you a little bit of behind the scenes insight into what we've accomplished, where we've been, and where we're going. Really just to show you guys what we're up to. And you know, it's important to have milestones, and especially it's just as important to celebrate all those milestones that we've hit, because we have hit a lot. When I started this, I think I looked like I was 18, and now I look like I'm 85. But it's okay. Everything's good. We have some great guests today, which is the entire team, pretty much. We've got Shira Boom over here. We've got Dusty Sky over here. We've got Natasha down here, and we've got Flint that way.
Hello.
So we're just going to hop right in. If at any time you guys have questions, feel free to pop in. We have a little area at the end for Q&A. If there's not a lot of Q&A, or if you just want to ask questions later, totally cool. Just hop into Discord and let us know what's up, and we'll of course always answer your question. You know that we're pretty much in there 24/7. Really quick, we're just going to do our normal thing. We're going to say, KG, what's up? Afternoon, AF peeps. How you doing, KG? Mecha Project, what's up? How you doing? Hi, welcome. And KG says, sup team, what's up to you? Normally, we're so used to doing these things late at night that I think everyone's going to tune in tonight and be like, what? So we're doing it during the day, East Coast time. All right, let's pop in. We're going to jump right in. This is the actual thingamajig. All right, so here we go. Community Peep Show Town Hall. Just as an FYI, all of the dates and scheduled times are subject to change. All of these things will happen, but sometimes just depending on our schedule and how intense one launches with another or one releases with another, we just have to kind of roll with it. So we do our best to give accurate dates, like accurate months where these things are going to launch. But please understand that these really are subject to change, because we have to take breaks, a little bit, just a little bit. Go to the pool once in a while,
Every once in a while.
Just a little bit. Our kids are going to the pool later and we're jealous. Anyway, let's jump in. So one more thing before we completely jump in. This is a spoiler show. So I know some people are want to be surprised. They just like things rolling out. Maybe that's you. If that's you, you might want to come back at this in 3 months just to see what we did. Otherwise, you've been warned. So, because we're going to basically tell you what we have coming up and where we've been. Today's agenda, a couple of little points: where we've been, where we are, where we're going, and Q&A. So it's pretty simple: past, present, future. Very, very standard stuff. So first off, we're going to look at where we've been. We want to talk about milestones. Misfit Corner is here. What's up, Misfit Corner? He says, wait a minute, it's not Water Friday? Yes. It's because kids go to the water park on Friday sometimes. Milestones, this is where we've been. I know, dude, it's so bad. Let's go. Let's see. Oh, I got to click over here. All right, there we go. So I also didn't know this would animate, so bear with me. This is our timeline, what we've accomplished so far. We've got our stuff together today. It's wonderful. December 2021, Adult Fantasy Season 1 launches. We just started development of AF Season 1 back in March of 2021, and it took us almost that entire year to invent all the technology, to get the patents pending, that would allow us to feel safe enough to invest all of our time and energy and money to put this stuff together. During that year leading up to that launch, we also had our Adult Fantasy Season 1 contract audited. We took care of that, made sure that everything was cool and transparent. And then we launched, and the public launch brings the first real-time dynamic NFT to the blockchain. Finally, a rarity protocol for collectible NFTs. You guys have heard me talk about what that means before. If not, stay tuned. I'm sure I'll tell you many, many times in the future. January. So now we're starting in this year, 2022. Technology updates. The Block Research article came out, and the Block Research is a very fantastic, well-regarded site. Usually, it's a subscription locked site. primarily for venture capitalists and CEOs, C-level business executives at a lot of the top firms in the industry. And they described adult fantasy as pioneering new mechanisms with regards to collecting and trading card games, TCGs. So that was awesome. That was wonderful. Also, we started doing a big push. The first quarter was really about technology updates. So we started working on just that. So in January, we focused on better controls, visualization improvements, etc. Next up, look at that nice animation. In February 2022, we had some technology updates again. We did back-end server updates and we prepped for future releases. This was all Flint and Melissa and Cherubim. So it was a lot of work on their part. And then in March of 2022, we kind of completed this technology update sprint or milestone, and we completed the smart contract redesign from the ground up. We ended up using a diamond and facet model, which is EIP 2535. And what it did was it gave us major gas reduction. So if you guys minted the ash cans, or you minted the Adult Fantasy Hail Draconis drop that we just partnered with, you guys know that the gas on that was super low. So props to Cherubim specifically for that one, because that was a tremendous amount of work and it's awesome and everybody loves it.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's super cool. What else we got? So now this brings us up to April. In April of 2022, we launched Lore Games and we launched real-time autographs. So with Lore Games, we launched a system whereby the community can help create the overarching story beats for the adult fantasy universe. These are major milestones, the big events that will probably come, and really the guideposts for everything that we're going to be building. We'll be filling in the blanks outside of the Lore Games. So Lore Games are kind of tentpole stuff. It's really cool. And we also released autographs. This is the first time, to our knowledge, that real-time autographs have been implemented, meaning we can do live streams like this and say, hey, everybody, put your wallet in and give us a token ID, and I will sign a one-of-one autograph, or Flint will sign a one-of-one autograph, or Cherubim or Dusty, whoever. We can in real time sign an autograph and drop it onto any NFT in our collection. And so this helps us also claim that we made history as being the first to really start to begin to close what we call the mid-tier gap, which is every NFT that lives below, well, at the bottom where the floor is and the ceiling, right? Everything in between the floor and the ceiling is the mid-tier, and there's a struggle there for collectability. So we have a sliding scale where things become more collectible. So Lore Games, real-time autographs in April. Next up, in May, we started to expand the team. Expand the brand too, both. We started Evening Alpha. We did the AMAs. We did after party game nights, and we launched BAMF. And we started bringing in people. I think Dusty and Natasha and and more people into the Lore Games. People now with like Andrew and Zach and Avery, and really starting to grow out the community of creators and people who really are willing and able to work with us on this. So Evening Alpha has been fantastic. We'll talk about that later. Also, in June, Ash Cans arrived on the blockchain, which is exciting for me because as a comic nerd, the fact that I can say that is pretty awesome. We also went to NFT NYC. We also went to Heroes Con, made a lot of contacts, still talking to a lot of people. A lot of those people that we met have come in to Evening Alpha. And so we've been spreading out our brand that way as well. Evening Alpha has been fantastic for us to connect with other projects. It's been fantastic for us to do collaborations. I know that as we've been reaching out, people are actually saying that they've heard the brand before, like, oh yeah, adult fantasy, yeah, I've heard of that, that's cool. So word is getting out there through all of these mechanisms. And so NFT NYC was a big deal to bring in more people to Evening Alpha and to the adult fantasy universe. We launched Mint Pass #1 Ashcan Edition. And we ended up trending number 2 on Icy Tools with that. So that was awesome to see. We just rocketed to the top, and we were. It was a fun night of watching it just climb the ladder. That was really, really, really cool. And we also, during that Mint Pass Ashcan Edition launch, we also debuted a new multi-connect mint page reveal. And so the multi-connect mint page is the first time that you were able to uh, basically uh, verify that you were an account holder or a NFT holder with one wallet without connecting, without having to risk anything in a cold wallet. And then in the second step, being able to determine where you would, like what wallet you wanted to pay with. So one wallet was a verification wallet and a destination wallet, and the second wallet was the one you wanted to pay with. So you could say, hey, I'm holding this NFT in my cold wallet, send it to my cold wallet, and then I'll pay with my burner wallet, my hot wallet, just to make sure that everything is safe and sound. And that was awesome. It's a really cool thing. It works really smooth. So that was June. You know, we've been a little busy, and there's actually a little
sleep.
not a lot of sleep. Before we jump forward and get into the present, because there's still a little more of June that we want to cover, or July. We want to talk about July. Before we talk about July, I want to go over some stats just to let you guys know where we are in the universe of things. And of course, the animation is all weird because I didn't know it animated. Slide deck rule, I didn't know it animated. So Q3 stats. So the first thing is we now have 2,002 holders. So that's unique wallets. So across all 3 projects that we consider to be ours, meaning Adult Fantasy Season 1, meaning the Ashcans, and the 2 covers that we did through our collab with Hell Draconis, we now have 2,002 unique holders. That's up from around 400 in January. So we've been growing really steady with that. Also, in Discord, we have now over 8,000 members in Discord. You'll notice for Discord, Twitter, and email, I keep the numbers a little more general, only because Discord can fluctuate. So these are numbers that I feel are safe. We're actually above 8,000, but I feel like if there's any fluctuation, we would be safe in still telling you that we have 8,000 people in Discord. So 8,000 people in Discord, that's up from about 4,500 in January, which is awesome. We also have more than 8,000 people on Twitter. Thank you, Natasha. And that's up from about 1,000 plus in January. So we had a little over 1,000 people. So that's 8x on that. And then email, we started an email list that's tied into the Mint page, the new Mint page product. And we now have 600 people who have signed up to hear more about us. I do emails at least once a week. I'm trying to do better and do more than once a week, but they're a little different, a little more personal, and replays of evening alphas and upcoming events, stuff like that. Maybe sometimes stuff that's just on my mind. We started with 0 in January because this is fairly new, and now we have over 600 people on an email list and growing. So 8,000 plus Discord, 8,000 plus Twitter, 600 plus email, 2,002 unique wallet holders. So our growth has been pretty good this year, and we're still growing. The main takeaway is that we're doing steady and continued growth, which is exactly what we had hoped for. KG says he's enjoying my emails. I appreciate it, KG. Thank you. All right, let's talk about Q3. So obviously it's August, and Q3 starts in July. Thank you guys. The reason this is a little behind is because we launched a couple things in the last couple of weeks. So it's been a wild ride, but we want to share with you some of the things that came in July, some of the stuff we didn't know about. Flint, you're on. There was a mic pop or something.
Oh, weird.
All right, whatever. Q3. First, super secret launches. Now, if you're an AF, you're like, what the hell is that? I've never heard of this. Well, super secret is a super secret founders Discord. So it's super secret.
Is it secret anymore?
It's super secret.
Super secret.
Don't tell anybody.
So secret.
It's just between us. What super secret is a Discord for vetted founders. all of which have gone through the evening alpha live call. So we were doing the live streams and interviewing all these founders, and we realized that this would be a great opportunity. We were meeting so many cool people with so many cool projects, and we were kind of having to hunt people down and be like, hey, do you want to collab? Or hey, we have a launch. We were just like, as a team, we were like, well, why don't we just have everybody in one place, and that way we can promote ourselves, and also everyone else that's in evening alpha can promote. We can promote them as well, like a big group, a big team, right? So we formed Super Secret. Everybody that does an evening alpha with us is invited to the Discord after the interview, so they do not get access before the interview. And we believe this is a place for not just for founders to talk, but also, and more importantly, in regards to adult fantasy, for collaborations, for partnerships, and what I've told everybody in the Super Secret Discord, I believe that this is just a numbers game until we can engineer a mint out for anyone's project inside of that Discord. Meaning that I don't know whether the number is 100 or 200 or 5. I have no idea what the number is, but at some point, adult fantasy will be able to go in there, just as any of the other partners can come in there and say, hey, everybody, we have a new NFT drop coming out. We'd like to give 20 or 50 allow lists to your community, right? And then it's just a numbers game. If you have 200 people in there and you've given everybody 50 white lists or allow lists or whatever you want to call it, like that's basically a mint out, right? Or very close to it. So I do believe that this is a way for us as a group, as a community, to engineer sustainable, positive direction, both in connection and community and holder safety, right? So it's a really cool thing. And I'm super excited that I can introduce Super Secret to you guys today, because it's been really cool. And so,
if I might add on top of that too,
No.
Todd, one thing that's fantastic about Super Secret is the collaborative aspect. And so most of these allow list giveaways and partner giveaways and those types of things that we've been offering have all come out of our relationships that we're building and maintaining in Super Secret. So it's also a great way to bring forth opportunities to us as a community to get into really cool things through it.
Yeah, 100%. It's opened a lot of doors, I think. And Natasha says, 8x Twitter also thanks to Dusty Magic in the Discord. Go Dusty Sky.
Yeah.
100%. So that's Super Secret. Next up is Lore Games Volume 1. So in July, we successfully completed Volume 1 of the Lore Games. So together as a community, we actually created the very first beat sheet, or the outline, for our first community-generated novel, like prose novel. It's a huge accomplishment. We did something that most people don't do, which is we in a transparent way showed exactly how we're creating scripting and lore, right? These weren't just questions that you can say, choose A, B, and C. This is a very active exercise, and it was done through a game, right? So we invented a game with some light rules and experimented a little bit, and were able to come up through a series of lore game sessions with a freaking awesome storyline called Blood and Metal, that Zachary Arbella will now be writing as a prose novel. So he's already working on it, and that's going to be exciting to see. So that's a huge accomplishment. I can't stress how I think it's one of those things that looks really easy, but behind the scenes, figuring out how it would all work was pretty freaking difficult. We're also planning, I'll be writing up exactly how the Lore Games works in terms of how to play the game. And I plan on open sourcing it. So I think as a team, we should put it out there for other storytelling based NFT projects. If they want to use it, fantastic. If they just want to use it as inspiration and come up with their own, fantastic. If they just want to do competitive research and see what someone else in the space is doing, awesome, right? So that's the plan for this. We've already started volume 2. A new story has already emerged. It actually kind of came up surprisingly quick in our last game. So tune in tomorrow for the next Lore Games. So we'll continue the second episode of volume 2. Lore Games has been awesome. It's one of my favorite times of the week because you're just chilling out, hanging out. Everybody's just being creative and putting stuff in, and it's just a good time. So Lore Games Volume 1, that was also in July. Also in July, because July wasn't busy enough, we launched the Adult Fantasy Hail Draconis collab. This is something that's been in the works for a little while. It was awesome. We're super excited about it. This was our very first partnership where we were white labeling our technology for another project to use. The result, we hit number 1 on Icy Tools. We hit number 1 on Icy Tools, which is freaking awesome. I think for a while we were being beat by like Boogers and Dusty, you have a good mind. What was this? The other one? Boogers.
There's a couple of monkey things.
Yeah. Weed monkeys or something.
Weed, yeah,
weed monkeys.
We got, so Weed was beating us, Boogers was beating us, and Gonads was the other one.
Yes, Gonads.
So Gonads. So we finally beat Gonads, Boogers, and Weed.
Wow.
I'd call that a good night.
I would once again like to thank everybody on the team for working much harder than they probably should. I swear to God, next time we're just going to launch something really stupid. Just kidding. Just kidding.
They're so beautiful.
Yes.
I love all the covers. They're so nice to look at. I mean, and when you're doing front end development, you're staring at these pages quite a bit. And it was nice to look at something nice. It was pretty. He showed me the other projects, and I didn't think they were as pretty to look at. That's all. That's my opinion.
That's right. Well, Boogers. Natasha celebrating number 1 on Icy Tools, which is awesome. And Carrot says, "Congrats on beating Boogers." Yes, it was a steep hill to climb. It's just so awful.
And a massive accomplishment.
Massive accomplishment for beating Gonads and Boogers and Weed. So yeah, our first partnership is a success. There are others on the way. We are in active partnership development. We'll talk about some of that stuff just lightly later on. Also in July, because again, July wasn't busy enough, we launched multi-products. And I think this is something that most of you guys who hopped on the page might not have even noticed. But I did want to give a shout out about this because I don't think it's ever been done before. Not that we're trying to do all these new things that have never been done before, but
we can't help ourselves.
We can't help ourselves. Yeah, we're gluttons for punishment. Boogers. Anyway, multi-products. So this is the new standard in minting. You get to, as we mentioned before, mint your desired NFTs while protecting your cold wallet. The interesting thing about this launch that's different from the Ashcan launch was that we were able to launch multiple products. Now, minting is not e-commerce. This is not an e-commerce store. It looks like one, it's not. So in order to do this, we, as in Flint and Melissa, basically had to figure out how to launch multiple products under multiple smart contracts. So these are 2 separate smart contracts that are triggered on the same page. So not simple. But this is giving us a huge advantage, both in terms of our own future launches and for future partnerships. I'm very interested in, I have some ideas for the next steps in this. I would like to experiment a little bit with changing the layout just a tad bit, which I'll go into at a later date. But this page and this platform will continue to be developed as we get new partners, and we'll continue to expand functionality as we see fit and as needed, really. We're not, we've learned over the years how to build a minimum viable product. So we definitely don't want to build too much too soon. It's much better to just build as you go and build what you need when you need it. So July, a couple things. Kind of feels like we took the month off, but whatever. All right, so let's talk about August. What's coming up this month? It's August 3rd. What is happening this month? So August 3rd, well, not August in general. I'm proud to announce that we have a partnership with Ism Toys. So Ism is going to be developing a 1-of-1 6-inch bust of ape number 344. You guys voted on the character. Primordial was in the lead for quite a while, but 344 took it, man. It was close. There was a few up there. Stanwell Perpetual did good. He was up there. Yeah, he was up there. I think it was like number 3 or 4. There were some. It was really fun to see. So we take all that stuff seriously. When you guys vote, we actually keep track of all your votes. Not like who voted, but we actually take the numbers and assign them to the character in our backend, and we just continually add those numbers to the character, so that we actually have a popularity number associated with each character, so that helps us in determining some of the options that we have going forward to present to you guys in terms of what we should do next. So your vote really does matter. Ism Toys is going to be awesome. And this 1-of-1 6-inch bust is going to be great. There may be some other things down the road as well that I'm not going to talk about today. But Ism Toys is fantastic, and we're very happy to work with them. What's up, Bob Scar? Welcome. What's up? Welcome. Next up, September. September are exclusive character drops. So I've talked a little bit about this before. We ended up moving it just a little bit because July was, as you just saw, was so busy. These exclusive character drops are going to be a big deal. These are the next evolution in the adult fantasy character drops. They're going to feature limited edition holder exclusives, public releases, and more. We're planning on having special tiers for special levels of the collector base inside of adult fantasy. That's one of the reasons why you see us selling products that have multiple smart contracts associated with it, so that you can start to see where we're headed and how things are going to work out over time. And I will explain a little more towards the end of the presentation why these exclusive character drops are such a big deal, and why you guys are going to be so excited to jump in. I'm excited to make them and get these out there. I think it's the dawn of the next phase of adult fantasy, and it's something that everyone's been waiting for quite a while, and I can't wait to share that with you. So I'll go into that in a minute. Just know that in September, big drop, exclusive character drops. I will say that these are not going to be large quantity. As we've talked about in Discord, we're going to be doing limited runs, exclusives, and at a pretty reasonable price. Okay. And so what that means is that starting from this point on, at least as we're doing this type of exclusive character drop, there's a good chance, and I want to make this clear, there's a good chance that not all holders will have the chance to mint out all of these things. This is not something that's going to have 10,000 pieces or 5,000 pieces, or maybe even, it won't even be 2,000 pieces, right? It may be even less than that. And they might be divided by tier. So we're doing this specifically for hardcore fans and for people that really want to get into it. And we think the best foot forward to keep these things kind of special is to try to pick a quantity number that's gonna make people really excited. So don't expect these to be very big drops at all. All right, next up in September. We've got new payment options. So future mints using our new platform will include additional payment options. Let's expand the AF fam together. And for this one, I'm going to turn it over to Shirabu.
Yeah, I mean that's a request and a feature for folks that we talk about in our other circles that say, oh, I really want to support you, I want to, but this whole wallet ETH thing. It's a barrier. So we're going to try to lower some barriers, bring some more people in, educate people on the space who love the idea of it and want to come in. So we will be working on that. So that should be hopefully part of the next mint page. So we're looking at September. So yeah, that's one of my goals for September.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool. I think it's going to open up a lot of opportunity for people, especially those who have haven't had a chance to jump in, right? It might be scared because of ETH, or they're just not familiar with it. Bad Kitty says, July was awesome, incredible work. Congratulations to everyone. Super excited for August. Go AF team. Thank you so much, Bad Kitty. We appreciate it. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so this is kind of comprehensive, and it's one of those things where it's hard to put inside of a month-by-month thing. However, we do have a lot of stuff to talk about and share with this, so we thought we'd bring it up now. From January until present day, Flint has been working on an NFT management interface. And so it says, building a management interface for launching NFT projects. We now have a flexible system for building various types of NFT projects. Flint, do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So, really our goal with this was to make a kind of a one-stop shop sort of system for creating and releasing new NFT projects using our technologies. We wanted to get away from the, we build a technology for one release and then build the next technology for the next release and so on. We wanted to build a system that could be flexible enough to kind of do everything that we want to do, and make it easy for us to release faster, release easier, partner up with other groups, and white label their stuff and get it out quickly and easily. And just making the whole process a lot smoother.
Awesome. It's actually a lot of fun to watch Flint kind of tool around in the back end like this, because it's so it's everything. It's so cool. It's just nice to see a database. I'm a visual guy, so seeing everything in order, and it's awesome.
It's also nice to spread around the dependencies, right?
Yeah.
So we can go in there as well and help do a launch when he's not around. So that's helpful too.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. The team can actually participate in all aspects, which is cool. As long as I don't fork bomb anything, we're good.
Yeah. We taught.
Yeah,
Anyway.
I'm deleting your account right now. Shiraboom and I only.
That's right. All right, so that was January and September, and now we're going to talk about some more stuff. Anmore. So what is Anmore? Well, the third quarter lasts until the end of September. We actually have a few other things planned and in the works. There are some other partnerships that are in the works. We can't talk about them just yet, but there are more things. And of course, it's always difficult to talk about scheduling just because things change. So there are more things that may be occurring inside of Q3. We are extremely excited to share that with you when we can. But it's pretty busy. I think that's a lot of stuff. Are there any other projects that are doing this much stuff? I don't think so. Let's talk about Q4 real quick, okay? Q4. So this is stuff coming up. This is not all of Q4. This is just this kind of the spillover into Q4 that we expect to be pretty soon inside of the Q4. We just want to give you some tastes and a little bit of some hints. First up is the Origin comic. Origin comic is slated for October. So you've got those mint passes, you've got those ash cans. Get ready, because this thing is coming out in October. We are going to also have you guys participate. So starting probably next week, there will be a lot of interactivity, because we want to get your ideas and some of your thoughts on exactly what we should include inside of the Origin comic. Some of the stuff has come out from Lore Games. So everyone who jumped into Lore Games from the community, thank you so much, AF fam, because it certainly helped us create the framework for it. But yep, we need you guys to help us fill in the blanks. So we'll be asking some questionnaires and some story prompts to help us do that. So that comes in October. And we also may have some special things coming along with that. So, if you know us by now, you should know that we may have some exclusives. Maybe there's some special things. Maybe it's just, maybe a little bit of a game involved. You never know. Just a couple of cool things. Probably nothing. Also in October, and this is estimated because it's a novel, but we are slated to have Zach complete the novel in October. So this novel will be a fixed point in time adult fantasy adventure written by Zach, lore games participants, summoners, and community invitees. This comes directly from the lore games and our discussions with you guys in the Discord and in the actual lore games itself. This first novel will be the storyline Blood and Metal, which came out of the lore games directly. So you could go into the lore games Notion board, which is linked in the Discord, and you could actually see the beats of the book. And then as the drafts come out, we will be sharing that with you and getting your help and getting your insight as we make this first novel together. And it's so cool. I'm so excited. And also let me know what you guys think. We have some ideas for how this will be delivered as an NFT. I can't promise anything, but I daydream about maybe having this as a physical. I don't know. I can't promise that. Don't take that to the bank at all. But man, cool. Like I don't know. It seems like a really golden opportunity. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, the AF novel is coming out. More info on that soon. We shall see how everything goes. Look for it in October-ish. Now, before I hop into this next thing, a little sneak peek there. So we talked earlier about the character drops, and these new character drops will be on a regular recurring basis or semi-regular recurring basis. Different characters, very limited supply, and we want to start to reveal over the next couple of months exactly why this is important and exactly how this connects to the future of the adult fantasy universe and to a lot of stuff that we've been talking about since day one. So the first thing that I want to share with you guys is something that we've invented and that we are calling play to own. So this is the play to own model. And what it is we're building a sustainable long-term reward system for directly participating in and contributing to the adult fantasy ecosystem. So there's a lot of really cool projects out there that talk about royalties and all kinds of reward systems for people in the community. We want to take that to the next level. And we've been talking about that since day one. We've worked out the plan. I'm not sharing all of it with you guys just because we want to keep something secret. We will be talking about this in the coming weeks. You will know as much as we possibly can reveal throughout the next couple of months. But suffice to say that that holding an adult fantasy season 1 character and holding one of these upcoming regular drop new characters, it is the key to the future of the adult fantasy universe. It is the key to taking part in any kind of royalty or residual or reward that we have going forward. So the whole point is we want to reward people for their actual contribution, for their actual work, for their actual participation. And as long as we can verifiably track that in what we call KPIs or key performance indicators, we should be able to reward those who actually put in the hard work. If you've been tuning in to Evening Alpha, you'll notice, here's a little hat tip, you'll notice some of the things that I'm curious about happen to be contracts and royalty agreements. There's a reason, right? One, I find it fascinating, but we are purposefully talking to some of the best minds that we can find in the space to see how people are approaching this, and so that we can work together to really bring the best of all worlds to you guys on a silver platter so that you can actually own the adult fantasy universe. So I want you to keep that in mind going forward, that at all points now or in the future, the characters are the golden ticket to the adult fantasy universe. Everything else is important in terms of collector rewards, and there will be benefits to holding that as well. But those characters are key. So keep that in mind. This more info on a play to own model and what this means and how it works is coming soon. today I just wanted to debut it to you guys. We have it. We're working on it. It's looking great. And I want to tie it to one more thing, which is the membership site. So
this is something I have something to do with. So
yes, Shiraboom has a lot to do with this. So we're actually in build mode. I just took a picture of like an old sketch just to have something on the slide, but we're beyond ink drawings. We have code. So it is in progress. This is going to be a holders only oasis for direct interaction, contribution, and earning of rewards. So beautiful KT says, beautiful graphic. Right, it's a beautiful person. Hey, Danny D, new here. You all seem pretty awesome. Hey, Danny, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Welcome. Good time jumping in. Wow. All right. So yeah, membership site. This is coming soon. We're working very hard on this. This obviously will tie into the play to own model, which also ties into the characters and to all the other things like the comics and the grading stuff. So it's all coming together. It's all merging. I hope you can see from our 30,000 foot view, if you look at the characters and you look at the comic drops, and you look at the partnerships that we've made, and you look at the multi-wallet connect platform that we've invented, I hope you can start to see how everything is starting to come together into this really nice, seamless picture. It takes time and it takes a heck of a lot of work, but you guys are going to be very happy with this. And of course, we're not going to just do this in the dark as we always do. We're going to be sharing as much as we can and be transparent and pick your brain. We want to know everything that you guys like, everything you don't like. So expect a lot of stuff coming in the next few weeks and months about all of this, and especially when we're asking, about what you think about it, because that's ultimately the most important. And really, that is, I believe, the conclusion. That's kind of a lot for Q3 and a little peek into Q4. We have Q&A, but if there are no questions here, no worries. There's always Discord. Usually people drop them in Discord too, and we're always there to answer those questions. And other than that, we can just say thank you. And this is not just a thanks slide, although okay. Technically it's just a thanks.
This is exactly
it is a thanks slide. But good night, everybody. No, I do want to take just a moment and say, like, everybody here, everybody involved, everybody on the lore games, everybody that's working with us in a close way and in an extended way. I cannot thank you guys enough for your continued support, especially look, it's a bear market. A lot of people are going through it. We're fortunate that we're here and we're continuing to develop, and it really is all thanks to you guys. And without your support and without your love and without you wanting us to do this, we wouldn't be able to do this. And so from the bottom of my heart, and I know I can speak for the rest of the team when I say thank you guys so much for believing in us, for trusting in us, to staying with us. One of the other things that we talk about all the time in Evening Alpha with other storytelling NFT groups, projects specifically, is that the storytelling space is incredibly exciting, and I believe is going to be the group that changes the culture. However, it's also the slowest boiling. It's the slowest rolling. It's not, storytelling projects are about storytelling, and storytelling takes time. So it doesn't matter whether it's a decentralized character franchise group like we have, or a film project, or an animation NFT project, or a game. All this stuff takes a tremendous amount of time. And it's really thanks to you guys for understanding that, for sticking with us, and for supporting us, and for really spreading the word that we can make this happen. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Yeah.
We did want to mention one more thing. There's going to be a little quiet next week. Right? We were going to mention there's no alphas next week.
Yes.
Evening alphas, we're actually taking a break.
We're going to take a little break. I can announce that.
Yeah.
We can announce that. We can do that. We can do that. So
vacations for everybody.
Yeah. So we will be taking about a week off. Doesn't mean we're going to disappear. We're still going to be in Discord. We'll still be in Discord. So from a Discord perspective, it'll look exactly the same. But there won't be evening alphas.
Returning the next
right.
one.
Dusty will be manning everything. He'll be manning the ship. So I'm sure we'll be, game nights. Everything will be on fire. It's fine.
Yeah, and I'll still be around. So
yeah, it'll just be a
Taking
little slower
vacation.
next week. It'll just be a little slower next week. Basically no evening alphas. As we do just a little bit of getting outside and smelling the trees. I think is that what people do.
Touching grass, as the kids say.
Pool
Pool.
that we don't get to today.
Yeah, something like that. So that happens next week. Also, I will mention one final thing. Tonight at 9 p.m., two things are happening because we're really good at scheduling. So two things are happening tonight. The first is we have, are we confirmed, Dusty, yet? Can I mention the one thing?
We let's not mention it just yet.
Okay. So there may be an evening alpha tonight.
There may be an evening alpha. We think so, but we're not.
There may be an evening alpha tonight. We'll let you know. Tune in at 8:59 Eastern to know if there is an evening alpha at 9 p.m. But what I can announce is that tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing the reveal of the Hail Draconis Adult Fantasy collab launch. So if you have purchased, if you got the free version or you got the paid version, either way, awesome. Thank you so much. Tonight, 9 p.m., the reveal will happen. We call it a reveal party because maybe it's 9:01, maybe it's 9:05. It'll happen around 9 o'clock. So tune in for that. And we'll certainly be sharing all of that with you guys as well. I cannot wait. These things look so freaking good. They look really good. I can't wait to see these things live. And I think that's about it. Pretty good. All right, guys. Natasha says she's on the edge of her Twitter octopus tentacles. A reveal party? Yes, a reveal party. That's basically when we go into Discord and say it's coming soon, and we just do a bunch of tips. Almost ready.
As OpenSea slowly.
As OpenSea
populates.
slowly populates, it's so slow.
It's very slow.
It's kind of brutal. Anyway, guys, thank you again for coming. Thank you again for checking us out. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, notifications, hop into Discord, and tune in Twitter, all that good stuff. Yes, please, Twitter. And with that said, see you guys at 9 o'clock. I love you. We all love you. And with that,